So let's suppose we are talking about the structure of essay. The structure of essay should compile of only 4 paragraphs,
Hmm.
right? Now, ideally, whatever the topic is being given to you, you are supposed to mention the entire essay, complete the entire essay within just 4 paragraphs. Because if you are going to write it into the 4 paragraphs, then only you will be able to meet out the minimum requirement and maximum requirement of the word, because the word limit is given 250. If you are going to write it into 300 words, that is going to mark you down. If you are writing in 200 or 225 words, again, it is going to mark you down. So it is very important and crucial to stick to the word limit. Now, how to stick
Okay.
to the word limit is like, see, the entire essay is going to be divided into 4 paragraphs, and the 4 paragraphs are named like para 1 is going to be the introduction. Okay. Now, when
Okay.
I talk about the introduction, what are the informations that you are going to mention? You are going to discuss and elaborate the central idea,
Hmm.
whatever central idea of the topic is, right? Then you
Okay.
are going to mention your opinion, right? And
Hmm.
last but not the least, you are going to mention about that what is the essay overview. So let's suppose if a reader is reading the essay, what he is expecting, what he is setting the mind in order to read,
Hmm.
he should be informed. You have to control the reader here there. Now this is a very small and very important tip, that don't let your reader go haywire. However, write in a way so that you can control the mind of your reader. You can only control the mind of your reader if you are following the set format here. Now, what is an essay overview? If you don't
Hmm.
give the essay overview, that means you are allowing the reader to think in any direction regarding the topic.
Okay.
The range of a reader may vary from 0 to 10, because everyone is a different reader. So what you have to do, that you have to keep a control on the mind of the reader since the very beginning, right? So if you're giving an essay overview, the reader himself will read and analyze and understand what is expected to be read in this coming essay. So there
Okay.
will not be any disappointment on his expectations,
Hmm.
right? So the introduction paragraph, if you're writing, introduction paragraph should maximum have 40 to 60 words, not more than that.
Okay.
That is first paragraph. So first paragraph is going to be the introduction paragraph, which can have
Hmm.
40 to 60 words. And the 3 points are important to be mentioned there. One is elaborate the central idea. What is the topic that they are talking about? Second, what do you feel about it? What is your opinion? And essay overview, what the reader is going to read into the coming part and portion of the essay. Clear?
Okay.
Now,
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
second important element that comes here is the paragraph 2, right?
Hmm.
Now, para 2, if we talk about in para 2, we call it body para 1.
Okay. Okay.
This is the name of the paragraph, right? So we
Hmm.
call it BP1. You can also call it body para 1. The
Hmm.
maximum number of words of this paragraph are going to be between 80 to 100.
Hmm.
This is the maximum and minimum range of words that you are supposed to write,
Hmm.
right? How
Okay.
are going to be this 80 to 100 words compiled? What all information you are going to write? Now, you remember when you uh, study a particular topic, you find certain brainstorming ideas,
Hmm.
right? So here you have to start with, you state one point. We'll do the implementation of this also. So state one point, give reasons for that point. Why?
Okay.
Right?
Hmm.
Let's suppose we talk about the technology is a boom or a bane, right?
Hmm.
So just give me 1 minute, huh?
Oh, no worry. No worry. Take it.
So whenever we talk about the technology, a boom or a bane, right? Suppose we are considering or we are following that it has more demerits than merits, right?
Hmm.
So there is one point that can come is like, in the, why it is a technology is having demerits. Obviously, because it is restricting the physical activity,
Physical activity.
right? So this is stating a point that physical activity restrictions, being
Hmm.
physically dependent. Then you write the reasons that why people are becoming physically dependent to the technology,
Hmm.
because they have the access to every facility that they look for. The technology is increasing day by day, and hence people become more reliable, and people are relying more over those technology, and they refrain themselves for going for a physical activity,
Okay.
right? This is the reason. Then you are going to mention certain examples of it. Now, whenever you are
Okay.
writing an example to support your statement, that the point is that people do less activity in in coordination with technology. Give one example. One example, the best example, that people use more of the escalator rather than using the staircase because of the
Yes. Yes.
technology intervention.
Hmm. Hmm.
Right, this is the example. Now this is an example which is not a personal example which you and me can feel. However, this example is going to be implemented on the mass, on the
Hmm.
people, right?
Yeah.
And then you give a concluding line which is also known as a closing line. In this closing line, you somewhere rewrite
Okay.
the point one.
Hmm.
Got my point?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you rewrite the point one, and this is going to be the closer of your first important paragraph. Clear?
Hmm.
Now proceeding further is we have a para 3, right? Para 3 is known as body para 2.
Hmm.
Again, if the name has a similarity, so is going to be the nature. So the maximum number of words are going to be 80 to 100
Hmm.
again. Okay,
Hmm. Hmm.
the inclusions of this paragraph is going to be, you are going to state the second point.
Okay.
Second point, as we've discussed, what could be the second point? Technology is dependent that.
This, we are highly depend on it, and we
That
are
is okay, that is okay, but can second be that
addictive.
addictive? Yes, so the second
Addictive.
point is that the technology is making us addictive. That is the second point here.
Addictive. Hmm.
Give reasons to support your statement. So give reasons like why
Right.
we being addictive. We being
Hmm.
addictive because we human tendency refers to the more likely dependent over the comfort if offered. So earlier,
Hmm.
let's suppose people used to go to reach out to the cinema halls in order to watch a movie, in order to have fun with
Movies.
the family. There used to be a family time. They
Hmm.
used to have a family get together time. There
It
used to be a different experience altogether,
different
but now we are
altogether.
dependent and being addicted to the OTTs,
Yes. And
right? That is the reason, right?
hmm.
Now
Hmm.
give the example to it. So example, as we have discussed, example could be the OTT,
OTT.
right? Now again, you are supposed to put the closing line, and in the closing line, what you have to do, you have to do nothing. You just have to give a new sentence to rewrite the second point. So you are supposed to rewrite the second point with a different language, with a
Okay.
different sentence, with a different
So
vocabulary.
first sentence and last sentence should be
Should have
equal,
same
same,
information and same
but
nature.
it's a but a
Differently
different.
written, differently written, right?
Hmm.
Now
Hmm.
the last paragraph, that is the
Hmm.
fourth paragraph, which is known as
Hmm.
the concluding paragraph.
Okay. Fair enough. Hmm.
Now concluding paragraph is generally considered to be the smallest paragraph of the entire essay, right? And it should be closed within 30 to 50 words,
Hmm.
right? Now
Hmm.
how the structure, how the writing will take place, you have to state a final point. out of reading whatever you have written, what do you
Hmm.
want your reader to believe? Obviously, technology is having the adverse effect, right? State the
Hmm.
final point, give your
Opinion.
opinion, and closed.
Okay.
So this is how your entire essay should look like. Now, if you will do a small calculation, you would find that if you will calculate these number of words, it will come somewhere to 40 to 60 only.
Hmm. If I
Calculate.
mention that there are some advantages